It's like an MLM of insurance companies. Like there are literally insurance company multi-level marketing schemes. Okay, hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. Oh, I got stains on my shirt. Okay, we're gonna ignore that because this is my second time trying to record this video, so we're just gonna go with it. As you can see, I'm in a new space. I did just move recently, so that's why I don't really have like a setup and stuff right now, and I haven't been able to record because I've just been like in the process of moving. So recently, in the midst of all of that, I got a job. And so now I feel like it's the perfect time for me to record this video on how to avoid getting scammed in your job search. I was kind of scammed a few times. If you don't know, I've been unemployed since March 27th. Today is August something, but it's been a little over 4 months. I applied for a lot of jobs. I was applying for jobs even before I was unemployed, like pretty much from when I graduated college up until when I got offered the position that I have now. And it's a legit job. But yeah, I ran into a lot of scams, a lot of people trying to pull the wool over my eyes, trying to deceive me, and I just want to help y'all to like avoid that type of stuff. The first two things I'm going to talk about were just outright scams. Like, these are scams. I can say that with certainty. Like, I'm not worried about anybody trying to like sue me or anything. They were scams. So the first job was I applied for a personal assistant position. And y'all, be very careful with these, especially these remote jobs, remote personal assistant jobs, because both of these scams were actually for personal assistant positions. And I applied to them months apart, and it was still the same type of scam. The first one was with a company called Semantics Market Research. Look it up. I'll put it on the screen probably. And it was for a personal assistant position. And a guy, he reached out to me. I'll put the email and stuff on the screen probably as well. In the first video, I like read it all, but I feel like it'll probably be better if I just put it on the screen and let y'all read it. Okay, so pretty much I was in contact with a man named Pierre Luigi Bulo. Yeah, I should have known from the name it was a scam. He was basically like,
you apply for this personal assistant position and we want to hire you and yada yada yada, it's remote.
And he was like,
you're making $600 weekly.
This is like the gist of it. Like I said, I'll have it up on the screen. And so I was like, cool, that sounds great. Like, should be easy. I looked up this company. It is a legit company, I think. Well, I don't know. See, this is the thing. I don't know if somebody's scamming with that company name or if the company is just a scam company. Like, I don't know. So just beware if you ever do get any type of position with this company, because from what I saw, it looked legit, but you know, clearly it wasn't. So then we're just talking or whatever. And so I sent him my resume over or whatever, and then he's like,
I need your full trust.
I gave him my like address and stuff. He said, this is like a major scam part of it. He was like,
you are to send me a copy of the deposit receipt as soon as the check has been deposited.
The check was supposed to be, let me open up the check. I actually have the check right here. Came priority overnight mail. It was for $2,950. This is what it looks like. I was supposed to take out 600 of it for myself and then use the rest of it to basically do whatever buying. Basically, they was about to clean my account out, period. And so it didn't take very long for me to realize it. They were like telling me to put it in my mobile banking app. It's the fact that it was really just the deposit and the check part that I was like, doesn't seem legit, especially because the company is supposed to be based out of like the UK or something. So I'm like, why would I be buying stuff out of my account? Like, y'all don't have a company account. And why would I be ordering stuff from America, the dirty South, for the UK? Like, that just didn't even make sense. So I sat on it for a while because I was like, should I take it to the bank, ask them if it's real? What should I do? And so then I just ended up being like, it just doesn't feel right. So he emailed me again and was like,
hello, how are you? Like, what you need to do? Because you didn't send me the deposit receipt yet, and I need to clean out your account ASAP.
And I was like, hi, I'm sorry for the late response, but I don't think it's going to be a good fit anymore. I will send you back the check at my earliest convenience. No reply. If you send somebody a check for a real check for $2,950 and it was real, you would be keeping tabs on that check to make sure they don't cash it. Like, why would you just send that to a random stranger? Because I could have just really ran off with the money. and kept it moving. But there is no money because it's a fake check. So take a good look at this. It's a whole fake check. If you ever get anything like this in the mail, you already know what's up. And yeah, that's basically how they tried to scam me. And I feel like it was really messed up because if I was like an old person or just anything, like a lot of people are looking for, a lot of different types of people are looking for remote work right now. And it's just messed up to be out here trying to literally ruin people's lives. Like, I ain't gonna tell her what would happen if I would actually put that check in my account. So that was the first time something like that happened to me. That was around April 5th-ish when all this went down. Then I applied for another job and it was on Indeed. And I applied for this semantics market research job, the last scam. I applied to that on LinkedIn, but I applied to this other remote personal assistant position on Indeed. So I applied for a position as a personal assistant with a company called Tank Shark Stores. And pretty much the lady reached out to me in the same kind of way. Like, she texted me first and was like, send me your resume or whatever, because I seen you apply to the position. I'll insert her email as well, that she sent. They were pretty much very similar though. And that's how I knew, because it had already happened with me with the semantics and market research and Pierre Luigi Volo or whoever. I already knew it was a scam just by the way the email looked. So I just ignored it. So the truth is, honestly, I would not apply to any remote personal assistant jobs. Or if you do, just be very, very cautious. If they send you a check, cut them off, block them, leave them alone. Because yeah, but I applied to this job on Indeed, and the lady, she sent back, you know, information and stuff, and I could tell it was a scam. Weeks later, Indeed sends me this email, which I'll put on the screen too. But it was basically saying that the job posting had been removed and that I should not contact anybody that reaches, I should not like give any information to anybody that reaches out to me for that job. Basically, it's a scam. Like, they basically were like, yeah, this is a scam job, sorry about that. And LinkedIn never did that with any of like the scams that I applied to on there. You just kind of like on your own to figure it out on LinkedIn. And I thought on LinkedIn, all job postings were legit and researched and all of that. And I do not think that's the case. I think that if you're applying for a job, Indeed would probably be the best as far as like finding a legitimate job. Yeah, basically they were just telling me don't talk to that lady. She was basically wanting me to do her shopping for her, and I'm just like, this doesn't make sense. Like, this isn't adding up. And yeah, they tried to scam me. Oh, and that was with, I don't think I've said the name, it was with a company called Tank Shark Stores. Tank Shark Stores. And the other one was with Semantics Market Research. So avoid those places if you can. On to the next type of scams I've encountered. So of course we have the MLM scams. This girl, she like slid in my DMs on my makeup page. I'm thinking, oh, she's pretty, she's cool, like she just wants to be nice. No, when pretty girls slide in your DMs, like literally 8 times out of 10, it's an MLM following, multi-level marketing scheme, basically, pyramid scheme. Wow, I think the messages are gone, y'all. You know how the other person on Instagram can like delete the messages and they're gone? I think that's what happened. It was basically for like a hair company, and it was like on some Herbalife type beat. Like, it was like I was gonna have to buy all these products and try to push them like drugs on the streets to get people to sell them. First of all, any position except like maybe getting a license, like a real estate license, or becoming like a notary or something. Some jobs do cost money to start, like, or you know, you might have to buy a uniform or something like that. Any job that wants you to shell out like $200, $400 just to start, they are scamming. And they try to make it seem like they're like, oh, you pay for a uniform when you go to work, oh, you do this to start doing this, you do. It's not the same. Like, it's not the same. Basically, she wanted me to spend like either $200 or $400, somewhere around there, on like hair products, and try to peddle these hair products that I don't use to other people, and try to make it seem like a legit thing. I wish I could find that video, because I was literally dumbfounded hearing like the type of language she was trying to use to scam me. I was like, girl. And that leads me to my next scam position. Now this position, I do think you could legitimately make money doing this, but the effort versus the money, not the same. You're gonna work like super hard to probably just barely get by. And this was with an insurance company. I'm not gonna say the name because like I said, it's not necessarily a scam. I think you could make money, but I think they are grossly overestimating the type, telling you you're gonna make much more money than what you're actually gonna make just to get you to start the job. And I think that's so messed up because it's like, you're playing with people's life. Like you're telling people, oh, well, you can make like $4,000 a month. If I go get me an apartment that costs, you know, a few thousand a month and I don't make that, you've just played with my livelihood. If it's not an insurance company that you've heard of before, I would just say don't do it. Unless you like trying to bully people into signing up to become insurance agents or forcing people to buy insurance, I would not sign up for that type of job. Okay, so somebody was like, they told my mom that they knew somebody that worked in the insurance company that could maybe give me a job. So this was like at the worst point of my unemployment. So I'm like, yeah, like let's do this. So they had like a little like kind of like intro listening session video that they played. And so I listened to that, and then afterwards I was supposed to put in, I filled out like a little survey about the thing. And then it was like, it asked me at the end, it was like, would you be willing to offer this opportunity to somebody else for $750? That was red flag number one. And then so anyways, they ended up contacting me for an interview. It's a group interview or whatever, and they're like, yeah, we'll know like right after the interview if we want to hire you or not, like, so don't worry. And they were like, any company that doesn't do that, they're just like wasting your time for nothing. Not true. Literally almost every job that I've been hired to like right after the interview or like on the spot has been a scam. Like the only one that hasn't was when I worked at Starbucks. I was hired pretty much on the spot there. But yeah, so I'm in this group interview, and then she puts us both off in breakout rooms, and then she's like, you know, I'm gonna tell y'all if y'all got the job. So she comes back in the breakout room, she's like,
yeah, I love your personality, da 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 da, you got the job, this and that. So I'm gonna put you on the phone with somebody, and we're gonna get your license and fingerprints and all this stuff worked out.
Mind you, the temporary insurance license was $91. The fingerprints were $51, and I had just got out of the interview. So who told you I done got $140 right now? And they do ask in the interview, like, do you have $140? And I was just like, yeah, because why would they want me to pay that immediately? But like, no, they wanted it immediately. So my mom sends me the money, and I pay for this insurance license. Then they're like, so you have to remember this script. So I'm thinking the script is like a page or two. This script is like 10 pages long. So you have to remember that before you start your training. So this is all unpaid work. And then you have to, your training is 2 weeks, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day, like 5 days a week for 2 weeks, and unpaid as well. So you're gonna spend all day, you know, forget having a social life, forget watching your shows on TV. You're gonna not get paid to be in training all day. So I was like, okay, this ain't really sounding right. But the lady, she was telling me, she was like,
no job is gonna teach you how to do your job.
And guess what my new job has? Paid training. They're gonna train me on the clock. Like, yes, they do pay you to teach you how to do your job if they want you to do it well. So I end up looking over this script, and I'm realized something like sets in with me, and I'm like, I just got scammed. Like, not scammed, but I just got into like this, I don't know if y'all ever heard of like Primerica. I think that's what it's called. It's like an MLM of insurance companies. Like, there are literally insurance company multi-level marketing schemes. A lot of the insurance salespeople make their money selling the opportunity to sell insurance to somebody else, not actually selling the insurance. And I mean, they probably do sell a little insurance on the side, but most of it is selling this opportunity to somebody else and getting somebody else to spend $140 in a matter of like an hour. So I was looking at the script and I was like, yeah, this is a scam. Because there was like parts in the script like that were like, do you know somebody that needs a job? Call them right now and we can get them set up and we can get them in the, like, it's giving Herbalife. Like, I ended up telling the lady that I didn't want to do it anymore and I wanted a refund. And she tried to, like, instead of being like, okay, she tried to call me and I did not answer because I said what I said. Like, it wasn't really up for discussion. Like, I didn't really ask. I had, like, the decision was made. So I was like, I don't need to answer the phone for her. And then I ended up going behind her back and I got my refund for the fingerprints, but the insurance license was not refundable. So I never got a refund for that. So yeah, I want to talk about just 2 more jobs and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Last 2 were less of a MLM, more of a just misleading job description. And they were trying to play with my livelihood, I feel. But one job, it was in another state. So I've like moved cities to live here where I am now. This job is actually in another state though. So it was for a job as a customer relations specialist. And I'm gonna read the job description. I'm probably not gonna post the job description just because it has the company name all up and through it. And I don't really wanna get, like, they didn't try to like necessarily scam me, but they tried to mislead me. I'm gonna read the job description and then I'm gonna explain what the job actually is after going to like 3 interviews and getting to the bottom of things. The duty says for the customer relations specialist. The duties are
building relationships with clients, team members, and management, assisting in implementing compelling and consistent marketing campaigns, working with people on a daily basis, acquiring new customer acquisitions, staying educated on new services and or products, speaking with potential customers to generate leads, remaining professional to provide outstanding customer service acquisitions, attending conference calls, meetings, and informational training sessions with clients, trainers, management, and brand representatives.
Sounds like a normal job or whatever. The job, basically, in short, after several conversations with this man, he was like, basically, what you're gonna be doing is working in Target and trying to sell AT&T products to them. And I know if you've been to Target, you've probably seen these people in Target like doing this. It don't seem like they're having success getting these customers. And then he was like, basically from there you'll move up and then you'll keep moving up and then you'll be able to bring people under you. So I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna bring people under me because that is definitely shaping into a pyramid. So it was giving pyramid scheme a little, but I was still like, okay, you know, I'm down. I don't have a job, you know, so somebody wants to hire me, I'm down. And that's really the main lesson of this video. Don't get so desperate for a job that you're like, I'll just take anything. Like, please read in between the lines, read the fine print, listen closely to what these people are saying, because if they can deceive you for the good of their company, they will. The job was basically gonna be like selling, you know, AT&T products in Target. So I was like, I was down, but this is the thing that really made me not take the position. Not even that, just that the job description and the position actually didn't really match. This was 4 months ago. So this was like shortly after I had quit my other job. And so he was trying to, this is probably like April-ish. He was trying to get me to move to a new state within like 4 to 6 weeks. No furniture. No paycheck yet. Like, I wasn't gonna start getting paid till I got there. There was no sign-on bonus, nothing. No money, no nothing. He thought I was gonna be able to move to a different city, like within that short amount of time. And I was like, I can move to, not a different city, a different state. And I was like, I can move, but I'm gonna need like 2 months. Like, I'm gonna need to find a way to stack some paper or do something. I'm gonna have to apartment shop. I'm gonna have to go to the, like, I just moved cities. I came to this city like a few times, like maybe like 4 times before I even moved here. So I'm gonna have to come to a different state multiple times before I even moved there. And he was basically like trying to like rush it. Every time I would give him a reason why I couldn't, he'll be like, okay, well, what about 6 weeks? Because at first it was like 4 weeks he wanted me to move. And I was like, not gonna work. And he was like, well, what about 6? And I was like, no. And I was just feeling super uneasy about it. And I was like, I'm about to do all of this to go work in Target. He wasn't really clear about how the payment worked, what the pay scale was. Like, the job wasn't given like hourly wage. It was given like commission based. Like, so I get paid based off what I sell. So I'm like, you're playing my livelihood, because what if I get up there and I don't sell nothing? And I see the way those people be struggling in Target to sell them AT&T products. So I'm like, First of all, you're trying to pressure me into moving in 4 weeks, and then I could be moving right into poverty. And then he tried to, I'll try to find the text messages and put them in there if I haven't deleted them. I had to block him. He was like, we discussed your needs, we discussed your expenses, how does the job not fit that? I'm like, if I tell you I don't want to take this job, don't, like, your energy right now is letting me know I really don't want to take it. Trying to get me to join like Zoom meetings and stuff like that with no pay. I'm not meeting without a check. I'm sorry. Like, you cannot let companies take your time for free. I basically just blocked him because not you gonna try to tell me what my expenses are. How you gonna tell me what you don't even know me from a can of paint. You don't know what I spend money on. So how do you know what my expenses are? Tell me that. So that was a problem for me. The last job was kind of similar, very misleading. I forgot what the posting was, but basically I was gonna be trying to get people to donate to charity in like the middle of the mall or in front of grocery stores and getting paid based off of that. The hours were really ridiculous, and the job posting, I can't find it, but it was like nothing like that. Like, did not look anything like that. So yeah. They were just trying to, like, you know, deceive me, basically. I think that's pretty much the only type of scams and schemes I could think of that I ran into in my job search, but that's a lot. Like, it's really discouraging. It was going on for months. Like, as recently really as, like, the beginning of July, that's when the whole personal assistant with the Tank Shark stores thing happened. So it was happening a lot. And honestly, I feel like my tips to you, ultimately how to avoid getting scammed in your job search, if you can't really, if it's not really clear like what the job is and you've never heard of the company, like if you've heard of the company, sometimes the job posting might be a little unclear, but you'll figure it out within the first few interviews. If you've never heard of the company, the job posting is super unclear. You go to your first interview or however many interviews, the interview is really unclear. You can't really tell how these people are making any money. Just get out of there, honestly, because you don't want to even work for a company like that has such unclear expectations, pay scales, stuff like that. Like, it's just not gonna go well. The second piece of advice, avoid these personal assistant jobs, these remote personal assistant jobs, because those were literal scams. So just try to avoid those unless maybe if you know the company or you can really research the company, people that work at the company. I would look on LinkedIn for, like, the one good thing about LinkedIn is that you can look up a company and look at actual people that work there. So I would definitely try to do that if you did apply for one of those jobs. Also, avoid these Instagram MLM type of opportunities. There was a documentary, I'll try to insert the name on here, that I watched with my roommate, and it was about Herbalife and how it literally ruins people's lives. And that's enough to make me never ever get into MLMs ever in my life. Like, never. If you gotta pay money to start doing something, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and it's not like real estate or something